My name is Julia Staudach. I am a 35-year-old media artist from Vienna, and I'm going to speak about my diary art project, which I started tokenizing a few weeks ago. First of all, let me introduce myself a bit deeper. I studied digital arts at the University of Applied Arts in Vienna. I focused on video and time-based art quite from the beginning. I was always fascinated with time and the perception of time. My day-to-day job is being a freelance camera operator, specialized on motion control camera and drone cameras. And at the same time, I'm employed as a trailer editor for Austrian television, cultural television, ORF3. It's really a great job because I can work completely free and creative. And the program I'm promoting is quite nice, lots of culture and cool Austrian movies. So yeah, I can't complain. I'm writing diaries since 28th of August 2000. I was 15 years old back then. And since then there was no day when I did not write in my diary. So that's my main art project I'm working on every day. So the main output of my creativity, besides working in the creative field. I did several videos of my diaries by taking picture page by page. So I have a time lapse of the first 8 years of my writing diary life. The time lapse takes around 4.5 minutes. I won't show you the whole thing, but I can tell you a few of my experiences I made during picturing these. It's really interesting how oneself manipulates the way one sees or remembers their own self in the past. So I had a certain picture of myself in my mind, and when I read back in the old books, I just saw that I had quite a different opinion about things than I think now I had back then. So yeah, it's good to be aware of these things. So it's also interesting to watch my development over time. During the first 3 years, there's a lot of school stuff, also teenage life, philosophy, and problems I was struggling with back then. Yeah, sometimes I pick one of my old books just from the shelf, randomly open it at the random page to see what's written there. And quite often I make the experience that I saw a repetition of problems I was facing at the time, like the same problem repeating itself over and over again. So I learned that it helped me a lot to understand that maybe these problems are within myself, like the expectations I had or misinterpretations. So I can only recommend everyone to write a diary for various reasons. It's not only good for getting rid of stuff, so therapeutic reasons, but it's also really interesting to see oneself developing and have some self-reflection. Also, I use it to take notes, write to-do lists, shopping lists, note down ideas, brainstorm. Yeah, it really comes in handy when it comes to organizing my life. And if you think now you can stop this video at some point and read some of my deepest secrets, I'll have to disappoint you. Everything that's really very personal and secret is written in my own private secret language and coded, so you won't be able to read it. Okay, back to my story. I started studying digital arts in 2004 at the University of Applied Arts, and I quite from the beginning focused on video and time-based art. So I was always fascinated with time and the perception of time. Yeah, I can show you some examples here. So this was during a 2-day workshop in a psychiatry in Vienna, where you see the documentation of my art, which was the first day in geriatry and the second day in psychiatry, putting a camera pointing to the aisle, and besides of that a beamer which was projecting the picture that the camera was capturing, but with some latency, I think of about 15 seconds. So people could see themselves with latency moving, and on random moments, the picture jumped back to a moment in the past, played that for a few seconds, and then returned to the present. So it basically acted like the brain of a person that is having dementia or Alzheimer, and it was pretty interesting new reactions of the people in this facility. Yeah, was interesting 2 days. I had a lot of cool talks with them, and for the people there, I think it was a highlight to have some change in their boring day-to-day life. When I started at university, I was the one that always had the camera with me. I was filming everything every day. So I started documenting artworks of my colleagues and also editing them. And I was always like preserving and capturing stuff and trying to keep that for the future. So, you could call me conservative in a way. Also, the diary writing is with a bit idea of conserving and saving moments. Yeah, so I focused on abstract videos in my own projects. I did a lot of more multimedia collages.
Sehr geschmackvoll.
Is the first to suffer.
Ist eine wirklich dramatische Situation, die sich hier in der Hauptstadt abgespielt hat.
Hello, Moto. Games, Fun, Music.
Spieler 1, linker Fuß rot, linke Hand grün, linke Fuß blau, rechte Hand grün, linke Fuß grün, rechte Fuß rot, linke Hand gelb, rechte Hand blau.
During this time, I was also part of the HandyDandy, a mobile phone Bluetooth rock and roll band. We had a lot of fun, and we were playing in Paris, in Amsterdam, in Zurich, and several venues in Vienna. I was doing all their videos and also played with them. Yeah, that was one of the funniest projects I've ever been part of. Yeah, and I finished university 2009 with this mosaic. It was made up from 644 webcams located all around the globe. I picked a certain moment in time, which is, I think it was 10:30, around the moment when I was born, and took the pictures of all the webcams at that moment and made the picture. I tried to paint my own eye. Due to the planet turning and the light changing, over 24 hours the eye disappears, obviously, because the webcams that were on the day side of the planet then turned black and other way around. So the picture is dissolving, and every day at 10:30 the eye is reappearing. So after university, I focused on working and doing several jobs for Austrian television and film companies, making ofs, and continued my practice of documenting other artists' work and making documentary videos about them. And so years passed, and except for some videos I did with one of my ex-boyfriends, there was not much exhibitions I joined with my personal artworks. But that will change now, and changed recently when I got into crypto and discovered NFT art. So yeah, okay, let me tell the story how I got into crypto. That might be interesting too. So I heard the first time about Bitcoin in 2009 at university, but I wasn't really deeper interested because I'm not a big fan of money, and so I thought, yeah, cool, but no need to look into that deeper. Until 2017, when I don't know why, I came home late one night and just decided, okay, I'll get some Bitcoin now, and I made up this Bitpanda account and invested a few euros, as much as you could pay without getting verified. So with having money in that, I finally had a reason to have a deeper look and dig into the technology and finally try to grasp and understand what it's all about. And after a few weeks, I got into the first WhatsApp group of blockchain nerds, where I felt immediately home. It was really fun reading all the interesting links and stuff and comments and discussions. And I think it was only 2 or 3 months later when I was already in 6 WhatsApp groups, 7 Telegram groups, and 10 Discord servers of different projects, moderating 2 of the Discord servers. So I could really say that this communities and this communication really opened up a new world for me. So that was basically the most interesting part of it all, getting to know all these people and learning so much in such a short time. And I really love communicating, and I'm talking very much all the time. So finally I found a place where I can really fulfill all my urge to communicate and suck up information and share it and exchange with other people and be active. Yeah, so about half a year after I first bought my first Bitcoin, I met an old friend who told me they're having a group in Vienna, which I of course immediately joined, because there's no cool group I wouldn't join. And we started meeting on a regular basis and cooking together and drinking and having a lot of fun, talking about crypto, helping each other, trading, and experiencing new projects and working on our own projects. And that's how I discovered the Krypton Packs, which I think is an amazing collectible, even cooler than CryptoKitties, even though I love cats. But I think the punks are cooler not only because they were the first collectible, but also because it's only 10,000 of them, and I really like the look. I really like this pixely 8-bit look. So I spent almost 10 Ether on Krypton Packs, I must admit. But maybe one day, yeah. I don't think I'll be able to sell them again because I like them so much, but that's another story. I've never been a good trader. I'm holding. Okay, so the Krypton Packs basically were the token that inspired us to start our own collectible, the Kryptowiener, which puts cool Viennese and Austrian personalities on the blockchain with 32 times 32 pixels. So very, very pixely, nice looking guys. We also won the blockchain award, and that's how I started drawing pixel art. First my own self-portrait. Here, yeah, you can see me with my diaries in the shelf, and the cat is not my cat, but I love cats, and I think this is it's like a placeholder for all the cats in the world. And the fire is also very important because I love fire. It's one of my big, hobby is not the best word, but no, I try to make one fire a day. You can also see here that I'm having one right now. And if I can't have the big ones, then I have small ones. So yeah, fire fascinates me since I was a kid. And a lot of my artworks are about fire too. Just love setting stuff on fire. Also people's minds. sometimes setting pages of my books on fire just to watch them burn a bit, and then I close the book again, and then I make some artwork, wiping the ashes and turning the page and drawing on the paper with the half-burned paper. And yeah, there's some pretty cool pictures coming out of that. Yeah, so I started doing pixel arts with the crypto Venus. I also made some more Venus for the collection, also some female ones, because as everywhere is not enough females. Even in the crypto punks there's less female punks than male punks. And also in all the chat groups there is almost no female person except me, which made me wonder a lot, but I think that will change too. Okay, so another pixel art project I'm working on was the pixel chain, which came out I think about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's where everyone can do their pixel artworks and just tokenize them. I did some pieces there, and of course fire and some cats. Yeah, I really like that project. It's like everyone can do artworks, and that's a great opportunity to express oneself. And I also sold some pieces, which brought me more ether to create more of these. Another project I got into by my activity in the community was the meta glitch, which I think it's a really funny idea. You could just take one of your tokens if they are part of the project and select that, and select one of the sires, that's original glitches, and then glitch your own artwork. So here are some examples of the glitches I made from my logbook tokens, but I also glitched some of the crypto stamps I have, and yeah, some chain faces. The crypto stamp is also a really nice Austrian project I enjoyed and liked. I really like the Austrian Post. They are doing a great job on making crypto accessible for everyone. They're working together with Bitpanda. And so in Austria, everyone could go to the post office and just make up a Bitpanda account and invest and buy Bitcoin or Ether or Litecoin and all the other currencies that are offered now there. So I think it's also the first post worldwide that brought up a crypto stamp that is actually including a digital NFT on the stamp. I started collecting other NFT art like CryptoPunks and CryptoKitties and also some Crypto Venus, which I really wanted to own, and got deeper and deeper into the NFT art and crypto communities. And then I had the enlightening moment where I realized, hey, they're all making great art and promoting it and shilling it and selling that for incredible prices. And then I thought, hey, why not make my own art? Why not take my diary and tokenize parts of it? Because what I'm doing every day is taking moments and putting them in my books to conserve them for the future or the moment. So by tokenizing excerpts of that, I'm making them, I'm conserving them even more. So I'm by putting them on the blockchain, they are being timestamped, like the stuff I put in my diary. I'm timestamping every day with putting the dates. And yeah, so I started tokenizing some of the drawings. The first ones were just drawings of owls and some cats. About, when was that? I think it was in February 2020. So I'm doing that a few months now. And it took me quite a while to get whitelisted in OpenSea with the project, because they were seeing a big flood of upcoming people tokenizing almost everything you could imagine. And it took me a while, because they they said, hey, you need more volume and more sales, and I'm not really good at selling my own art, so I never put them up for sale or put a price tag on them. But some of my friends bought tokens, and also some fans from the Viennese crypto community. So finally I got enough volume to get whitelisted, and also I think sending this token, making that one and sending it directly to the wallet of Dan from OpenSea. Yeah, I think that might have helped too. Yeah, so no, finally I'm whitelisted and continuing and tokenizing my scribbles. So here are some examples of tokens. This is world's first tokenized shopping list. These are some toilet paper tokens I made when the Corona crisis started. I thought it was pretty funny that everyone is getting toilet paper. I never, until now, I didn't understand why, but I think it's funny. So, yeah, I reflected on that. Yeah, cats, of course. Here's some example for my putting fire on my own books. And yeah, I think there's a lot of analogy between the blockchain and my diary artworks, because every book I write is like one block, and things I write down, like where I've been and what I experience and what I think, that's the transactions. And when one block is finished, it's closed and the next one starts. So I'm currently minting book 180, so that's block 180. So this chain of books, my logbook chain of books, is my collection of my life experiences of the past 20 years. Yeah, and so now with having begun to tokenize them, I think that's an equally good way to conserve the artworks for maybe eternity. Let's see. Yeah, I want to say thanks to my front team colleagues for encouraging me to continue to do my art and tokenizing my diary, even though I got some pretty weird reactions from the blockchain art community, which felt a bit offended maybe, because I was just doing the scribbles and picturing them and then tokenizing that. So they didn't really understand what I was doing, like they thought I was joking. I had a lot of fun though, but no, it's not a joke. It's my art project, and I think it's cool that basically everyone can express themselves and do their art and succeed or not succeed, whatever. I will continue doing what I'm doing, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to meet more cool people along the way and experience new stuff. My special thank goes to my developer, David Lang. He's also part of the front team and founder of the Crypto Wiener, for tokenizing my diary artworks and helping me with solving the starting barrier to getting them on OpenSea in the first place. I also want to thank Bernhard Nisler, who is also part of the front team, and he was the one encouraging me to submit for this talk, and also trying to get my art on more platforms for sale. I didn't do that yet. As I mentioned before, I'm not the best at selling my stuff, but yeah, thanks for encouraging me. And I have a feeling that blockchain technology and everything connected to it, that there's so much potential in that, and there will be things coming up we cannot imagine yet. And I'm not just talking about sovereign identities and transactions between people without banks, but really new forms of maybe communication and interacting with each other. So I'm excited to be part of that, and I'm really looking forward to seeing new things evolve and new projects upcoming, and maybe be part of some of them. So yeah, I'll keep writing my diary and tokenizing the snippets out of them, and yeah, looking forward to what's coming up in the next few years. Any questions?